Hey everybody, and welcome to session 2 of MEDT 3401. I'm looking at the course plan right now because sometimes it's easier to see what are the basic things that I need to achieve in this session. We're in session 2. It runs from Monday, January 20th to Sunday, February 2nd, and there's 4 big things that are points-bearing items. The rest of the things inside of the module are there to support you in doing these 4 things. So you don't want to just head straight to these things and do them. You want to cruise through that content module and look at the resources there that are there to support you. But just know that you're going to be doing a Wiki Foundation project worth 10 points. You're going to read chapter 20 of David and Cuban, and then you're going to do a reading response. Now, this question will come up with a number of folks. I hope it doesn't, but because I'm going to tell you right now the answer to this question. But folks want to know, where are the questions to this reading response thing, this David and Cuban thing? Well, if you have to do the Wiki Foundation first, so this is one of those modules where you want to go in order. So you want to do the Wiki Foundation first before you do this. If you do this first, then you're not going to know what are the questions you're trying to answer about this reading. But by doing Wiki Foundation and doing it correctly, you create a page on your wiki that has the questions on it. And then you would go and just answer the questions pertaining to this one reading. So that's another thing you want to do by the end of the module. Session 2 discussion, the digital school is taking place. You're going to make 1 initial post in response to the prompt and then 2 follow-up posts by the end of the module. And then there's a Hello Nets Standards quiz, which just means in this module we're looking at the National Educational Technology Standards for teachers and students. I want you to be familiar with them, just roughly familiar, and I want you to bookmark them and intend to skim read them at some point in the near future. These are another set of standards, just like these are standards that underpin why we design the class the way that we do. So those are the 4 big things that are worth points that you want to take care of. Now let's go over into the actual module. Let's see, how do I get there? I'm going to go into Student View. And I'll just go ahead and click Content. And we're in session 2, Wiki While You Work. We've got a checklist. We've got a course plan that you want to keep an eye on. Just kind of eyeball it every once in a while. It's what we were just looking at. We've got upcoming class meetings. But if you may have noticed, I hope you noticed on the course home that I made an announcement about the class meetings, that I had to change those dates, and those dates are now reflected on the this page now. The new dates are yes, February 1st and 2nd. So I pushed them back by 1 week because I actually have a work meeting this Saturday. Kind of a strange time to have a work meeting, but it's actually something that my department needs to go do in Atlanta on Saturday. A few of us in my department have to go do it because we're trying to set up a program to teach computer programming. So we have to go visit a site that's doing that. And this Saturday was the only day that we could do that. So I'm sorry I had to push those back. If you put your name down on there, but you now cannot make it, you might want to go in and edit and revise. This session is not super necessary. If you miss it, you can still do the podcasting assignment, which is the point of this session, is that I teach podcasting. I teach it in an old school way, even though now a lot of us have new tools that, we can use to do it. All right, so back into the content module. I'm looking at the introduction section. These are the items in there. I'll come back to the checklist in a minute, but we've got these other sections. The wiki section on creating your wiki foundation. Another section on just wikis in education generally, in case this is a tool that piques your interest. And a lot of you are probably familiar with wikis. Some of you are probably not. So looking at this list of how others are using them may sort of generate some ideas for you. Here's the information about the reading, the David and Cuban reading I alluded to earlier. Here's going to be the section for the session 2 discussion, the digital school, the Hello Standards section here, and then Voices from the Field enrichment here, an interview with, I think it's a school library media specialist, this module. All right, so I'm going to look at the checklist. And remember, you can complete these things as you go through them, check them off, and hopefully it will save properly. So do go check out those upcoming class meetings, see if there's a time you'd like to come. They're optional. Take the quiz over the NETS T, NETS S. Again, it's not a penalizing kind of quiz. You don't have to know anything to take the quiz, except you have to know where to find these standards. And you have to be aware that they're something that you should be familiar with. Wikis in this class, I talked to you about the 2 wiki domains. You can make a Wikispaces wiki or like on the outside, or you can make a wiki.westcott wiki. I talk about that here. You make that decision what you want to use, and then you undertake this assignment Wiki Foundation. Here's a note about the readings page, the thing that confuses people. They're like, where do I answer the questions of the readings? You create a readings page on your Wiki Foundation assignment, and then it makes sense. But if you don't do this first, or if you don't do it right, if you don't follow all the instructions on this assignment, then you might not make a readings page. You might not know what that's about. So I'll be ready to answer those questions when they come. All right, so wikis in education. Check out some example wikis. We have a teacher here, Vicki Davis, a Georgia teacher who uses them in her classroom. This Edutopia video will show you all about that. And then readings, we've got a couple of course readings that you post the answers to those on your wiki page. I've got a course readings download page. That's where you can get the first chapter. And then a couple notes here. Yeah, another note about the wiki, the readings page on the wiki, just in case you didn't see it above. And the readings, by the way, there's 3 sets of readings that you're going to post on that wiki page over the next 3 modules. So in about 6 weeks, the readings page will be due. So again, this readings page is due in 6 weeks. So you only do 1 reading this module, you do another one in session 3 and another one in session 4, and then you submit that readings page at the end. So do not feel pressured to answer later readings questions at this time. Just do the David and Cuban one for now. Here's the session 2 discussion I alluded to. And so on. Oh, and if you think you need a webcam, get one. Chances are you don't need one. You can go to the TMC to check out a webcam, or a microphone headset would do just fine. You can probably borrow a friend's laptop. Your laptop may have a webcam. You can use your phone. If it's a smartphone, you can probably download an app that will let you podcast. And so webcam is not required. You don't have to be able to make video of your face, for example, in this class. But a webcam is sort of the easiest thing I can recommend, because if you don't have one, you probably want to have one. And you could probably use a webcam more than you could use. I think a webcam is probably a little more useful than a microphone headset. Even the microphone headset's pretty darn useful too. The webcam can achieve both audio and the video, and so that's why I recommend it. But whatever you get, you just need a way to make audio recordings. So the webcam, again, is what I recommend, but there's other options. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Okay, so I just clicked through the whole module and everything looked like it was in its proper place. If you find it not to be the case, then let me know. But otherwise, have a great time in session 2. Let me know how I can help you. And now that this session is fully open, I can actually get to the business of responding to the rest of your discussion board posts. I've been building in my other class like a mad person, because I removed the textbook from it, which meant I had to rebuild everything and provide all new resources through Galileo and websites and newspapers and all kinds of stuff. And so it's just been consuming me for about the past 4 days over the MLK weekend. And hopefully I have that class 85% built. I do have that class 85% built, and this class is 95% built, so I can shift away from course building and do a little more interacting and monitoring of things a little better. All right, so let me know if you guys need anything, or you want to chat, or if you have any questions. All right, thanks.